ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the UltraRunning Magazine podcast. She is the warm bath after a cold winter's run. Editor-in-Chief, Amy Clark. Amy Clark, how you doing?
I'm good, Scotty. How are you?
Man, Happy New Year. So good to have you back.
Yay, I know. It's been a while. It's been a hot moment.
Yeah, it has. And we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, but we're talking about the December-January issue of the magazine. So tell us, what's in the issue?
Hey, so our December-January issue is spectacular. It's yay. We've got some really amazing I'm going to go straight to the race reports because we've got the Barkley Fall Classic. We've got, which is another Laz race, and if you don't know about it, it's the kind of the mini Barkley is what they call it, or baby Barkley, I guess, if you will. It's the race you do not want to do, this race, but you kind of do. That's what the title is. And it's just a really great kind of overview of what you'll experience at the baby Barkley. And then we've got the Swiss Alps 100, which our writer Drew Dinan wrote.
Wait, hold up. We cannot move on from Barkley's that fast. Come on. I mean,
hey, I'm just going, dude.
So good. I know. We don't have a lot of time today, but this image right here is all you need to know about baby Barkley. Holy moly. What a great capture. That's awesome. Damn it. I love the sport so much. And what people can do and what they're willing to put themselves through is just astounding. I love it. What
Frozen Head takes it's no easy feat to do just one loop of Frozen Head, which is essentially what this race is. It's one loop of pure grit and briars and all sorts of fun stuff.
It eats its young, man. Holy moly. Okay, moving on to the Swiss Alps.
And that's actually, the cover was from Barkley Fall Classic as well.
So good.
Swiss Alps 100 is it kind of just traverses like all these cool glaciers and swinging bridges, and our writer Drew Dinan wrote about it because he did the 100K this year, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, mountainous definitely, but gorgeous also definitely. So
I'm looking at, if you're lucky enough to be able to run that, well, one, good for you for training hardcore to get there. That's a feat in itself, but man, what a reward to just sit on top of a mountain, look into those valleys below.
I know.
Just
Alps are incredible.
Gorgeous. Holy moly, you guys are so lucky. All right, keep it going. But wow, that's so cool.
I know. And then we've got Tahoe Rim Trail, which is a classic race that continues to just blow me away every year. I think it's unfortunate time of year because it's in the heat, but beautiful course around Tahoe. And then it's called the Broken Anvil Backyard, and it's let's do it one more time. And it's I think it's a newer race, but looks like a lot of fun, and it's in Iowa. So if you're in Iowa and you want to do a backyard, there you go. Let's do it just one more time.
You know, backyards are just they are just gaining more momentum and just seeing what folks can do out there. It's so very cool, man.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see him take off like that. And it's just fun, it's fun to watch. It's fun to, I mean, I'd like to do one someday. It's just fun to test yourself, see how far you can go.
Yeah.
The last person standing.
Well, unless something tragic happens, that will never be me. That's okay. Not that I would never wish that for anybody. But yeah, like it's so tempting to do that. Man, it's so cool what people what people are just willing to do. It's so exciting to see this evolution and just how more and more people are going I want to try that. I want to try and do it.
I want to try and push myself. Yeah.
So good. So good.
And then we've got finally in this issue, we got an interview with Ben Gibbard, who at the time I talked to him, he was training for a 100 miler.
Wait a
And
minute. Don't bury the lead. Please tell the folks who Ben Gibbard is.
Ben Gibbard is the lead singer for Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service, which are both, I believe they're both touring again this year. I know the Postal Service is, and I think they're going to be playing some festivals and stuff. But they toured all last year, and just, yeah. And Ben, of course, you know, pushing himself to train for another 100 miler throughout the tour. So it was really fun to talk to him and to kind of understand his life and his training regimen and where he goes to train and whatnot. So yeah, very
But
cool. Very
well, I
cool
mean,
interview.
you just had like, come on, you just had an awesome conversation with Stardom, which, you know, it's so very unique and cool. So
Yeah.
what were some takeaways you took from your conversation with Ben?
You know, given his experience as a musician and as a touring musician, I think he kind of gets a routine going, and he knows exactly where he's going to be touring. So, because they have to book those months in advance. So he kind of plans his schedule out, his training out based on his touring schedule. And he knows that if he can't um, train in specific areas, he probably shouldn't put in for races like hard rock, because then he's not going to get the elevation training he needs to get. You know, he's not going to be like, oh yeah, I'll try for hard rock when I'm touring in like flat, you know, Iowa or what. Not that you can't train in Iowa, but he's just very aware of yeah, where he's going to be touring as opposed to where he should be training for
Mhm.
specific races. So
And was there anything in your conversation with Ben that didn't make the final article that you thought was interesting?
um you know, I think I mean my conversation with him was pretty in depth as far as like his training community in Washington, which is where he lives in Seattle, Washington. We talked about that. He spoke a little bit about how he doesn't think that the elites up in Washington get enough fanfare in the ultra running world, which
Representing. All right.
yeah, he definitely trains with some awesome people up there. Gary Robbins is his coach, which I'm not sure if I think I put that in there. But yeah, it's definitely the community is really important to him because he feels like it's similar to the um indie rock community that kind of started out in Seattle.
No
So
kidding. Huh.
yeah.
That is so very cool. Did he share with you his why? Like why he pushes
Yeah.
himself?
Yeah, it's simply just to get out and play outdoors in the mountains with his friends, really. So
That's
yeah.
rad. That is
Yeah.
so cool. Awesome. Good
Yeah.
for you, Ben. Way to
Yeah.
keep it real.
Yeah, definitely.
Go
Definitely.
Pacific Northwest.
I know. Here, here.
What else we got?
We have a nice feature on Rob Krar because Rob was, you know, winner of Western States back in 2015, and I can't remember the other years. I apologize, but he had a run there at Western States. Um, Kind of a article to catch up where he is now, what he's doing now, because he's back into ultra running, um, possibly running another 100 this year. So yeah,
Hey, look who's back.
Rob's back.
I
Yeah.
wonder if we'll
So
bring back the Rob Carr's beard Twitter
I
account.
know. I know. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then we have a really cool swap of columnists. So Jeff Kozak, who is our Destination Unknown columnist, wrote about John Trent in his column, Voice of the Sport. And John Trent wrote about Jeff Kozak in his column, Destination Unknown. So they swapped columns so that they could write about each other. It was
Oh,
really
that's so
cool.
cool. That's really awesome. I love the spirit.
Yeah, it's very, very, very heartfelt from both of them. And it's fun to read about, you know, each of them written by somebody else. So yeah.
So I got to mention one of my favorite things is your article, Our Favorite Things,
Yeah.
because God knows I need to spend more money for a sport that all I gotta do is just move my legs and feet and run.
What you mean you didn't get enough presents, alternating presents for Christmas, Scotty?
Never. Come on now.
Yeah, no, we picked some good stuff this year. You know, I'm a huge fan of ultra gadgets and gear, and I definitely love my runner hoodie that I got this year and wearing it all the time now. Yeah, got some really great stuff in there.
One of the cool things that made this list that I didn't think I'd get that big of a reaction in terms of gift giving is the car shield, the car covers, seat
Uh,
cover for your post sweaty swamp butt run.
well, I need a more heavy duty one because I don't have leather seats, but I have a towel that I use it hooks onto my seat. I use it all the time. Can't go anywhere without it.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love it. I love it. And the rumple blanket, huge hit in my
Yeah.
household. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It's a fun time of year to kind of pull all this stuff together and be like, okay, this is the kind of stuff that we need. The nutrition, the gear, and then the fun stuff at the end. Yeah, it's definitely a good time to kind of make a big list for the year ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And also there are so many just great little articles in here, not that they're little by any means, because they are incredibly important. About the Ask the Physiologist, talking about the occasional rhabdo, breathlessness, and the value of blood screening. Moving on to the mental health, you're not alone article.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
so there is just, you guys, again, you guys do such great work. And these are like, there are lots of things here to keep top of mind,
Yeah.
which I'm so excited about. But I was really tickled to see that you guys did a little featurette on two of the fellows that got me into podcasting, Don Freeman and Scott War from Trailrunner Nation.
Definitely.
We started a podcast back in the day when podcasts were like, what the fuck is a podcast?
I know.
And
I
who
know.
listens to that?
Yeah,
We're kind of the OGs at this thing.
totally.
So that's really sweet to see that. Well
Yeah.
deserved
Yeah.
recognition.
And it was a great interview. Erica did an awesome question and answer series with them, and I thought they answered. It was fun the way that they kind of played off each other in the written interview, which
Yeah,
isn't often, you don't hear them,
yeah.
in a writing sense, but you can kind of hear their voices as they're responding to one another in the interview. It's great.
Yeah, unless you're an alien visiting our planet, you have not heard of Charlotte Nation
Yeah,
podcast, by all means, run, don't walk over to that and check them out. They do really great work.
they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, we have to talk about one more thing. We'll get more in depth
Yes.
next month with our issue of Roy, Ultra Runners of the
Yeah,
Year.
coming soon. Coming soon.
Talk to us about it.
So the February issue is our Ultra Runners of the Year issue, and it's an annual kind of special compilation of all of the times of like fastest times of the year in all the distances. So we've got not all the distances, but the majority, the bigger distances. So 50K, 100K, 100 mile, 24 hour. We've got, best performances of the year, ultra runners of the year. And then we've got, top overall women winning races. So we have all the well, most of our results come from races that are 50 participants and up. So you're going to see races where women won outright, a list of those women. You're going to see the youngest winners. You're going to see the oldest winners. You're going to see age group winners. I mean, it's a huge collection of data that we've curated throughout the year in this one issue. Plus, we've got interviews with Ultra Runners of the Year. We've got a few features on some fun races that might or might not have to do with Barkley Laz again. We've just got some really cool, and then the photos. The photos make the issue. So watch for yourself in those photos because, like, if you ran this year, it's possible you could be in there. So
That's super cool. And
lots of photos.
it's always a great way to just reflect on the accomplishments that people had, and there were many that happened
Yeah,
last year. It was so exciting, which then kind of stokes the fire for 2024 to see what stories will be told this year.
definitely.
And those stories that are yet to unfold, those folks, they're doing the work right now. they're training, they're getting up early every morning, and driving to the trailhead if they're lucky enough just to walk outside their door and just hit the road. You know, it's happening right now. And so keep going. If you're out there and you're listening to this and you have your sight set on something, you know, who knows what the trail gods have in store for you, or the road gods.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I did see there's an article here, speaking of which, of, you know, road versus trail and wars,
Yeah.
relationships have been fought over the two.
Yes, definitely. But good thing Ian kind of brings it home with, you know, this is why this is good for trail running and this is why this is good for road running. So you can combine the two, and it just kind of works when you do both. So
Yeah. I mix them both. I do both during the week. So, you
I
know,
think we all kind of, have a mix of both if we can.
It's my happy place. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, until next month, which is just a few short days away. Yeah, I can't wait to see you again and chat you, Roy. It's gonna be very exciting.
It will be exciting because I love this time of year. So yeah, celebrate the fun stuff and then look ahead to a brand new year. It's great.
Fantastic. Amy Clark, thank you so much for your time. Thanks to everyone else for creating this wonderful issue, all the writers and contributors and the folks who are featured in here. Couldn't be more proud.
Yes. Thanks, Scotty.
You got
Good
it.
to see you.
You
Have
too.
a great week.
You as well. Bye.
All right.